Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe and join my YouTube family. So today we are tackling my basement. Now this has been put off, as you can tell, for so long. And now with my sister moving next door, she's going to store some of her stuff in my basement during the moving process just to make things a little bit easier. So I kind of had to deal with this. We had at one point tried to make a play area down here, Jeremy's kind of music guitar area, storage area, and then things just trickle down the stairs or stay on the stairs, and then eventually you have to push them all the way down, and then it just keeps going and going and going and going. So today we are clearing everything out from where it's kind of shoved into little corners and spaces, and I'm going to go through everything. We're getting rid of a ton of stuff from this basement. We're going to pack up the seasonal stuff correctly. I've got a few little packing hacks for you, some storage ideas. So if you are interested in seeing how this turns out, make sure you like the video because there is going to be a part 2 because this was a very big project. So the first thing I did was tackle the toys in the basement. A lot of these toys are ones that she does not play with anymore or that we are kind of rotating out to see if she'll play with again because they were some of her favorites. So I had gone through this a couple times. So what I am doing is everything that we are going to get rid of, I am putting on the train table on the other side of the room. So you will see as I go, I kind of show you the progression of that table and how much stuff has accumulated over there. So once this area was done, then I started kind of going from here and just moving across the basement. So this area here is some of my sister's stuff that she has already brought in over from her house that she's moving out of. So the plan that I had in mind was to open up the pack and play and then just store some of her stuff in there, and this is going to be like the corner where her stuff is going to go. And as you can see, that did not quite go as I planned it to. when Christmas was over, I came home one day and my fiance had taken the decorations down, which I truly appreciated. And now I am realizing that he is not a good decoration packer. These 2 boxes of Christmas stuff were a mess. Like, thank him for trying, but I did have to go back and sort through this again and repack it. One thing I would suggest when you are packing away Christmas stuff is take advantage of your stockings. If you've got decor that's fragile, tuck them away into a stocking, and that way they have some kind of protection. The other things that I use are, like, I've got some Christmas towels, any kind of stuffies I will try and use to pack the more fragile decor into the bins. The next decoration packing hack I guess I have for you is I put all of our Christmas ornaments into an old bedding Ziploc. So this was from my daughter's bed set. I just pack them all up in there, and then they are all contained. All these sparkles and bits that fall off of those ornaments are contained in the plastic bag. So at this point, I decided to try and tidy up some of my space because there was bits of garbage kind of laying around. And honestly, when I started, I thought this white basket had like recycling and garbage in it from last time I did this. But it turns out there was kind of a mix of junk and stuff and garbage and recycling. So I really had to go through here and see what I was actually throwing away. And then these 2 bins you're gonna see me moving here, the boxes are stuff we have collected for our wedding. So I'm just moving those to the side. So now we have reached the dreaded under the stair area. I didn't pull all of this out. So back here we have our baby items, maternity clothes, and then our air conditioning units. So I knew they were pretty organized in there, so I didn't even bother taking them all out. So what I have done now is I have grouped everything into piles. So we have paperwork to go through, seasonal, some child kind of things, and then this was honestly like miscellaneous. So what I decided to do, because of course we have more bins hidden way in the back of the basement here, so I just decided to get everything out, group them together, and then just start going through. That way, once they're organized, I can go ahead and put them in their proper spaces where that area is all cleaned out. So wrapping paper, gift bags, name tags, tape. What I do is I have a little bag that I keep like the tape, the name tags, things like that in. As you can see, I'm going through it here, just getting rid of any garbage. And then I was trying to figure out what to do with the wrapping paper, and I had a brilliant idea. So what I have done is, in our unfinished basement, there was a nail on one of these boards here. So I just went ahead, took a couple tacks, lined it up with the original nail, and then of course I had to put some extras in. Wound up some extra string that I had laying around to support the rolls of wrapping paper. And then I just lined them up in there, and actually it's perfect. I think it works great. So if you have an unfinished basement and you have this option, maybe give it a try. The next little hack I have for you, some of you might like this, some of you might think it's silly, but I always end up with these bits of wrapping paper from those odd sized items or stocking stuffers, and it happens every single year. So this year I had so many that I decided I was just going to keep them, because next year the same thing is going to happen. So I took a empty wrapping paper roll, folded up the end, popped it in there, labeled it, and put it with the wrapping paper. So what happened was, once I finished kind of binning up all of the seasonal decor, there was just a few odds and ends left. So I made kind of a mixed bin of Christmas, Halloween, and Easter items. This one I'll kind of keep on the top so that it's easier to access. And then I did make sure I went ahead and labeled all the bins so that we can easily see which ones we need to pull out. If you have never used one of these label makers, my mom, thank you so much Mom, got me one of these because I am obsessed with labeling things and I love it. The only issue I have is I can never peel the backing off of them. So honestly, I cut out a lot of footage of me struggling with these things. But make sure that if you enjoyed this video and you want to see how the rest of the basement turns out, because there's a lot left, hit the subscribe button, like the video, let me know your favorite part and if any of the hacks will work for you.